Oh, so Barack Obama's doing it again. Hang on. I know, I gotta get the...
What a disappointment.
Barack Obama. So did you see this? Obama urges Democrats to avoid embracing policies that are too far left. I mean, at least I think that's what he said. He was hang gliding during the interview. So Obama apparently has talked to everybody in his gated community. And they've all figured out that we're too far left. Isn't that something? That is so weird. Underneath it said, at a private donor meeting on Friday. That's how the sentence starts. Yeah. At a private donor meeting, he told people we were too far fucking left. At a private donor meeting on Friday, the former U.S. president warned candidates to pay some attention to where voters actually are, spawning a discussion that included Democratic activists and conservatives. However, Obama's remarks were more nuanced than their initial framing suggested. Yeah, okay. Guess what? So we're too far left? Guess what too far left is? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will tell you. A reminder of what people are calling the radical extreme left agenda. Medicare for all, a living wage and labor rights, K through 16 schooling, public colleges, renewable energy, fixing the pipes in Flint, not hurting immigrants, and holding Wall Street accountable. And this guy says, I'm too far left because I trust scientists when they say we need transformative change in all aspects of society. So this, again, Barack Obama, you are fucking lying to us. You know what's needed, and you're not giving it to us. What's needed is transform. We need to change the energy grid of the entire fucking world, you motherfucker. You got kids, don't you? Oh, of course, he doesn't give... Anyway, his kids are going to live in a fucking... they have water rights in Utah. Anyway, so Barack Obama goes on. This is Obama wades into the 2020 race, warning of the dangers of listening to certain left-leaning Twitter feeds.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I think he's talking about you, Jimmy.
and the activist wing of our party. He's saying the activist wing of our party, you know, in other words, the people who actually want to get something done, ignore them. Ignore the people who wants to get something. And I just have this question, Mr. Obama. How many left-leaning Twitter accounts are responsible for 30 million people not having health care? Oh, none of them. That would be your fucking fault. Barack Obama, who listened to Hillary Clinton on Libya, is concerned people might be listening to the wrong people on Twitter? Remember this guy? Do you remember? This is the guy I voted for, this guy.
That fundamental truth that out of many we are one. That while we breathe, we hope. And where we are met with cynicism and doubt, and those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with that timeless creed that sums up the spirit of a people. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. I thought that was our credo. I thought that was our motto, and now it's stop hoping for change. It's kind of a mind blower. We need a revolution, and it's yes, we do. You know, no matter who gets elected, whether it's Bernie or Tulsi or whoever, we're gonna have to get in the put, and that's it. That's the only two I want. If it's anybody else, we're gonna have some serious fucking problems. But even if they get in, we're gonna, most of the Democrats in Congress are conservative anyway. They're going to join with the Republicans to oppose a progressive president. So we're going to have to put on those vests and get in the goddamn street and shut shit down. Which is why American corporate news doesn't cover the yellow vests and their success in France. They don't cover it.
Yeah,
so
where's my vest?
We cover it here. So I like what this guy says. It is totally blowing my mind that Barack Obama is repeating the same elite shit as Donald Trump. Trump administration claims Medicare for all will destroy the government, tearing it down. Chelsea Clinton said the same shit. It's got me all fucked up. Don't freak out.
Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
Don't freak out. Agitate. So Here's another quote. Even as we push the envelope and we are bold in our vision, we also have to be rooted in reality. Well, let me give you a little reality, Barack Obama. The Democratic Party lost the House, the Senate, and that toll of 13 governorships, 816 state legislative seats during your administration, the most of any president since fucking Eisenhower. That's your reality check. There it is. Laugh my ass off. Obama arguing against progressivism shows exactly why his presidency was such a massive disappointment. We have to be rooted in reality. We have to, even if that means we drown because the planet's going underwater. That doesn't matter. We want to tear down the system that gave us forever war and empire, an economy where our lives are playthings for the wealthy, a climate crisis that will leave an uninhabitable planet. Obama is telling us we don't want to tear it down because he's part of it and profited by it. That's right. So remember the guy who says we got to stay rooted in reality? You know where he said this? It was at a donor meeting, and guess what the price was? It was $10,000 a ticket, up to $355,000 a ticket, and a picture with him cost $35 grand.
Yes, we can.
Whoop. You want a picture? Yes, we can. I don't like those folks who are woke, because they're broke. Here, I have this joke written. Is it too bold to demand climate action, healthcare for the rest of the world takes for granted, and living wages? Is it not too bold to get $500,000 to speak for a half a fucking hour from a bank? Isn't that pretty bold? Is that rooted in reality? Because when you are, after you leave the presidency and your first appearance back into public life is giving speeches for Wall Street banks at $500,000 a clip for a half an hour, and then that leads to you buying an $8 million mansion in the richest zip code in America, and then a $15 million mansion in fucking Martha's Vineyard. That's your fucking house. I can get why you think we are not rooted in reality, because your reality is much better than the rest of the fucking world's reality. That guy is a community activist. That's his house. Man, he can. Yes, he can. I voted for him twice, that motherfucker. I know. Liberals hate socialists more than they hate fascists. Just remember that. They do. They would rather have Donald Trump than Bernie Sanders, so you know that. This guy says, I just want to go back to the party of FDR, not this neoliberal pro-corporate party. We've become Democrats are supposed to be the party of the people. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking for this crazy purity. You know what, when they say purist, what is purity is I just want basic human fucking decency. I want health care for everyone, education, decent jobs, and a livable planet. That's all I want. That sounds pragmatic.
It does. It does.
Sounds pragmatic if you want a livable planet.
But the Democrats haven't been Democrats for the last 40 years.
No, they haven't.
Right? I mean, as soon as Clinton was elected, that was done deal. We lost what being a Democrat was.
Ronald Reagan scared the shit out of the Democrats so bad. And then we elected Bill Clinton, who was charming, and then he moved the party to the right. He was like, the party's too much to the left, and now this is it. This is the Clinton party. Centrists be like, incremental change, more symbolic concessions, vote blue except for Bernie.
Right.
Did you go to a centrist rally?
I went to a centrist rally recently. There were thousands of people there. They were holding hands, chanting, better things aren't possible.
What do we want? Incremental change. When do we want it? In due time. I mean, again, Barack Obama has become maybe always part of the elite who can't understand there's angst in the country, which is why people were so desperate they voted for a game show host. Look what's happening. 50% of Americans now have 1% of America's wealth. It's worse. The share of wealth owned by the top 0.1% is almost the same as the bottom 90. USC's biggest wealth gap since the roaring 20s. And this guy says Democrats would be wise to listen to Obama. Hey, yeah, because Obama was so wise that after 8 years of his neoliberalism, the country was so desperate it chose a game show host over his hand-picked successor. Good point. Very good point. Mr. Hope and Change is actually Mr. I hope nobody wants change when he doesn't have an election to win. Come see our live show. We're going to be in Honolulu on December 27th. We'll be in Portland, Oregon, and then we go to Tempe, Arizona, San Jose, California, Sacramento, Miami. Go to JimmyDoreComedy.com for a link for all the tickets for all our live shows coming to a town near you, and become a patron or support the Jimmy Dore Show. We give you hours of bonus material every week. Go to JimmyDoreComedy.com, become a premium member. Thanks for your support.